G'day friends, it's Andrew here from Nature's Image Photography, and today I've got just a quick little video and it's all about what's in this box. Here's a hint. It arrived from Panasonic Australia about a week ago and I finally had a chance to unpack it. Before we start, if you're interested in anything that you see come out of the box, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because there'll be plenty of new content on the way and lots of new photos to show you over the next few months. And if you find you're getting some value out of what I'm sharing with you, you can always show your appreciation with a coffee using the link in the details below. But now let's get started with the video and find out what's in the box. G'day friends, it's Andrew here from Nature's Image Photography, and I'm making a rare appearance in front of the camera today because I want to tell you about something that's quite exciting. And when I say exciting, of course, I mean exciting for me. You might only find it mildly interesting. But you played a part, if you're one of my subscribers, in getting me to the point where I could make this announcement. So I wanted to give you a bit of a thank you along the way. It's all about what's in this box here. And well, a bit of backstory. A couple of months ago, I got an email from Panasonic Australia. It turns out they've been taking an interest in what I've been doing on YouTube, and they contacted me wanting to know if I would be interested in a little bit of support. By support, I don't mean financial. They offered to loan me a lens. They noted that I'd done a lot of reviews on the Panasonic Lumix 100 to 400mm lens, and they asked if I'd like to give the Panasonic 200mm f2.8 lens a try. And of course, I'm not going to say no to an offer like that. And at the same time, they asked me if there was anything else I'd be interested in trying out. And I gave them a bit of a list of things I might be interested in trying. And we had a few emails back and forward. And now a couple of months later, the box has arrived in the mail. So it's all due to the large number of subscribers who've been following me with interest on what I've been doing on the Panasonic camera. So thank you for your part in that. And now I'm going to show you what's in the box. So the first bit of gear out of the box is the lens I told you about. It's the Leica Panasonic 200mm f2.8 lens. Most photographers, I think, when they're looking at a big lens for the G9, will either look at the 100 to 400mm, which I've got, or a lot of people look at the f2.8, and you can get a 2x converter to go with it. And I'm happy to announce that Panasonic Australia also threw in the 2x converter. So that means I'll be able to make genuine comparisons between the 100 to 400 that I've got already, and the 200, which can now be converted to a 400 with the 2x converter. As you know, I do a lot of bird photography around the Sunshine Coast, and I've done a couple of videos using the 100 to 400mm lens at Australia Zoo, and now I'll do a similar video, I think, using this gear, so we can do some genuine comparisons between what I've done before and the results I'll get now with the new lens. So that alone is quite exciting, but there's more in the box than just that. Next out of the box, they also sent me a Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7 lens. Now this is an interesting one. It wasn't on my shopping list. I had no plans to be looking at this lens as one that I might buy, but now that I've got it, I'm really curious to try it. I've read some reviews that say it's a terrific lens for street photography. It's a very compact little lens. It's not a zoom. It opens up to f1.7, which is terrific in low light. I can see that I might also use it for portrait photography, not so much for your close-up portraits, but possibly for a more environmental portrait where you want a slightly wider angle to see a little bit more of the location. But to be honest, I haven't really considered too much how I'm going to use this lens. So if any of my subscribers, anybody watching this video, has this lens and would like to put in the comments what they think of it and how they're using it, I'll be curious to read what you've got to say, and it might help give me some ideas for some ways that I can put this lens to the test over the next few months as well. And now for the most exciting treat of all. When Panasonic sent me their email asking me what I'd like to try, I mentioned that somewhere down the track, at some point in the future, I would love to get my hands on a full frame camera just to see what they're like. Because it seemed like something I'd be wanting to buy somewhere in the future. And Panasonic Australia have very, very generously sent me an S1, the full frame Panasonic S1 camera, with the Leica Panasonic 16 to 35mm lens. So for the first time after 2 years of using the Micro Four Thirds, I've got my hands on the full frame, and I'm really excited to try it out. So this is going to be a real treat. Being full frame, I'll be doing a lot more landscapes. I guess I'll be doing some night photography, things that I haven't really done so much of with the G9. So it's going to open up a whole new world of my photography, and because this is something I was thinking of buying down the track, I'm excited to have a chance to get a chance to play with it before I make that decision. So I now have myself an S1. It's only temporary. I've got to give it all back, of course. I'm not being paid for any of this, and I'm not being given the gear. I'm being given a chance to try it and review it, and then it all goes back. There is one thing I get to keep though, and it's the final thing out of the box. It's little, so bear with me. There it is. It's an extra little eye cup for my G9. It's the larger extended eye cup, which I didn't know existed until just recently. Strangely enough, I was doing a portrait shoot the other day, and I had a model right in front of me, and the sun was shining right in here, right into that space between my eye and the camera, and it was driving me nuts, just on the angle I was shooting on. So this would have come in really handy just a couple of days ago. So that's just a nice little bonus, and I get to keep it. This all goes back, this I get to keep. So that is what's in the box. So you might be wondering if this is going to change the way I make my videos or influence the way I comment on the equipment. When I was having my discussions with Panasonic about all of this, I asked them if this put me under any obligation to write rave reviews and make nothing but positive comments about their equipment, and the answer is no. They don't expect anything like that from me. I think they feel they're on pretty safe ground with me because it's clear I'm a pretty enthusiastic Panasonic user. But I'm just going to keep on doing things the way I've always done. I'm going to try the gear out and learn about it, and as I learn things, I'm going to make YouTube videos about what I'm learning. I won't be doing technical reviews. I'm not really a technical reviewer. Anyone who watches this channel knows that already. But I really am fascinated by all the things I'm discovering through mirrorless photography, and I'm really enjoying the Panasonic experience so far. So I'm just going to see what I can come up with this lens, with this camera. I'm going to do a lot of photography. I'll do some video. I might try some time-lapse, which I've just taken an interest in. I'll certainly do lots of night photography and things like that. And with this lens, I'm really going to give it a good old test to see how it compares to the 100 to 400 that I've been using for the last couple of years. So if you're interested in full frame cameras, well, you're going to find that interesting. If you're not, you'll still be interested to look out for the reviews I make about this lens. So keep an eye out, and over the next few months I'll be putting out lots and lots of photographs and lots of discussion about the new gear. That's it from me for now. I'm Andrew Goodall. This is Nature's Image Photography. Thanks for watching.